Now we're recording. Hold on. Nope. We've just been going for the past 10 minutes.
I can perfect my DJ intro.
Oh my gosh. We are now recording.
Oh, this is amazing. Is it because I made everybody laugh when we first walked in?
TLS Entertainment. Tim Shells. This is the Scoop Weddings Unveiled. We've just been talking off the cuff for the past 10 minutes, not even recording, and we thought we were just talking about how hard it is for me to press record and go.
And he didn't press
and I didn't press record the entire time.
I'm dying.
So now we have...
I've been in tears since I walked in here today. Oh, you're killing me, guys.
Now you have to reintroduce everybody.
I'm going to reintroduce.
People are going to be like, what the actual fuck is going on with this group? Like, who are they?
All right, so we've got a special guest here.
Today.
We've got Brandy Harlan.
Woohoo! I'm here.
Hello. Our non-retired wedding expert, wedding planner. And we've got a special guest, Jonathan Pajak, which, again, like we were talking about when we weren't recording, you've been talked about many times on our podcast, and we had no idea how to say your last name.
Yep.
So it's Pajak.
I'm going to go back through and put a compilation of all the wrong times you guys said it together.
Like you should totally do that because I call you Pajak.
Pajak, yep.
Or no, Yeah.
Or Pajak.
Pajak.
That one I get a lot too because that has a little bit of like a sass.
Pajak.
You know, yeah.
Pajak, yeah.
Pajak.
And then by now you all should be able to say my last name. Girl, come on. You know it.
Shouse?
Shouse.
Shouse.
That's a great name.
All right.
But I feel like my face in my head has to go shouse.
Shouse.
Like I gotta.
He's a brick.
Oh,
Shouse.
I guess that's
Got
kind of cool. Yeah. How many times have you said that?
Just a couple.
Okay.
Yeah. Shouse house.
That's funny.
Good evening on behalf of TLS Entertainment. My name is Tim Shells, and I would like to welcome everybody here in celebration of this very special occasion.
That's the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the marriage of...
So-and-so and so-and-so.
How about a nice round of applause?
There it is. When I hear that, I
Oh
know
my
I'm like,
gosh.
oh crap,
Like-
okay, we're going. Like, we're in the wedding. We're about to start the reception.
So the
right?
conversation why Tim just did that was that Jonathan has that memorized.
Yeah, basically.
And I don't.
And he said it off camera twice.
Twice.
Because we didn't record the second time.
And how hard it's for me to record or press the play button, and it's the same for introductions. It's so hard for me
lying to us.
No, it's so hard for me. Well, clear as day now.
Yeah.
It is so hard for me to like get the introduction started for the wedding. And literally I'm going to the photographers and the videographers saying, "Hey, you good? Wedding planners, you good? Photographers, you sure you're good? You're in place. You ready?" And then it's like,
care to ask.
all
And
right,
then
well,
he
shit.
stands there and like doesn't
Contemplates
move.
life, and I'm like, all right,
Okay,
play.
we're going.
But that's also how like honestly like that's how we can tell the difference between like a professional DJ and like somebody that's not, because a lot of times sometimes they don't even ask and they don't do the thumbs up, you know, like,
or they just start calling out stuff on the
Or they're like,
timeline,
yeah.
and you're like nowhere to be. Like, what do you mean they're cutting cake? You know how many times I've ran out of the mixing? What do you mean they're cutting cake?
Yes.
Us just bulleting. It's like, really? You
or
couldn't
they're
have
like club DJs that just like do one wedding for a friend, so it's like always all over the
Now
place.
they're professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
And
they
they literally
don't know
sa-
about those cues and those
yeah,
things, you know?
and they
It's
sound like they're in the club.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
so
with
in
the
club.
horn.
Oh,
Bow,
my
bow, bow,
God.
bow.
Dude, I can't stand those.
I love the
at
horn.
weddings.
Like, can we?
I don't use the horn a lot. Actually, I rarely ever use a horn.
Overusing.
Right. I rarely ever
doesn't
use
have
a
to be
horn during a wedding, but I was at Molly's pub on Friday, and
That's
I
appropriate.
Good setting.
like
I mean, yeah,
just
'cause that's
over
when
and
you know-
over, and then
you
the
do lights
siren.
with it.
Yeah. I see
Can
that
we
one
tell
being
everybody who this guy is?
Yeah. So Jonathan Pajak
Yeah, I'm just sitting
Again.
here, guys.
is an awesome
Lens culture.
lens culture photography and film. Right.
Photo and film.
Photo and film. Photo and film.
Third time.
It's a rebrand.
He rebranded.
Yes. That's funny.
Now what? We just had a whole
Jonathan,
podcast.
tell us how you got started in photography and film, and like where you're from and all that good stuff. Let's
Okay,
start with that.
There you go.
Well, I actually first started weddings with video, but when I started my business, actually like, legally, I made it photography because I wanted to shoot photos, but I like wasn't like super confident taking on the responsibility yet. So I was just doing video for the longest time. That's where when we met initially was
You were
when
just
I
doing
first shot video.
Yeah.
And then when I did like 10 or 15 weddings with video, then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start booking some photo clients. and just kind of been 50-50 ever since. And then we met at the pavilion. That's where I met you too, Mixins.
I never knew you didn't do photos before video. I've just always seen your photos.
Well, I joined the list with photos. So it was like, that's kind of like where like.
And the list, he means the pink list at Mixins.
Yes, sorry.
That I designed.
Yeah.
All the best of the best.
That's how we all met each other.
That's right.
Yeah, I still remember our intro call when I was so excited because you DM'd me and you were like, hey, we have a spot open. And I was like, no way.
Yeah, because I knew that I needed like light and dark and moody and all the things.
A mixture,
and and so I feel like can bring it all, but I've always loved your photos. Like I was like, if ever I get whatever, I want Jonathan to take my photos.
And I also like felt like my style really did complement their well because I love like playing with the greens and stuff. But I always felt like honestly, like I always loved shooting there, especially like when you guys were there. Like I still tell people to this day, like that was still the best like list of like vendors because like we were all like friends.
Yeah, and like you never knew like we didn't all come like in a big clown car. Like here's the clown car. Yeah. Here's all your people. They know and work together and love each other, and it's all good. It's always been good. Yeah,
and the wedding days were fun. You know, like that was the cool part. Is like like I mean everybody's job isn't always fun, but like it's nice when you go to weddings and they're like actually like fun to like work with the people there and like have a good time and obviously like make the day come true for like the couple and stuff.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in business?
This is my 6th year. I'm going into my 6th year legally.
And you're at 10?
I'm going to hit 10 next year.
Okay.
In 24.
All
10.
right.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for a 10-year
years.
celebration?
Throw a party.
Yeah?
Probably not, but maybe.
I mean,
You should.
You should.
Heck yeah, but where?
Throw a party.
I don't know.
Mixins? Because that's not going to be there anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless they say it's going to be a park.
I did get an inquiry as well.
For January 20-something.
Yep.
2024?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did too.
I was confused.
Well, I don't know. So don't quote me on anything.
Quoting.
Or use my words.
Yeah,
Quoting.
I'm putting it down.
Just go ahead.
It's going to be.
Get it, spell it right. Okay. I heard that there's a county commissioner or somebody locally who's trying to have the county buy it to make it into a park.
Oh,
now, if they do that, then I don't know like what that price tag looks like. I don't know if the county can afford the 15 point whatever million they want. But
is that what it's listed for?
Yeah.
Wow. That's some coin.
Yeah, I think like 10 or 15, something like that.
Okay.
Or they could be like, hey, I mean, I have heard that some are being told to plan for weddings in 2024 because we're in May.
Yeah. I mean, that's not crazy far.
But I also heard that the contract is done for the park. So I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Well, it's like for me, I mean, personally, as somebody who's playing their wedding now, I don't know if I would be comfortable with the not knowing aspect.
I don't think so either. And honestly, you shouldn't. I mean, they put it out that they were closing a long time ago, like last month, in March. But it was really kind of leaking before that. So I don't think that worked in their favor. So speaking of, you're planning your wedding. This is one of the reasons we've had your name on the podcast.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
You're in the doghouse, man.
What?
And he knows. I've expressed my there's
displeasure.
3 weddings on my list.
Oh, my gosh, don't do this
of
to me
weddings
right
that
now. Don't do this to me right now.
So
It's
let
happening.
me just backtrack to my night
the
of my
other
40th
two?
birthday.
All right, I'm just going to put you two on screen. I'm
Who's
out of
the
this
other
one.
two?
Oh, don't worry about the
Oh,
other
okay,
two.
okay.
It's just me
Don't
and
turn
you.
your mic towards me right now.
So on my 40th birthday, I
mom's
was like
yelling at me.
proposed to plan a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I got proposed to, like on my 40th.
I didn't go down on one knee.
By his fiance.
We didn't go down on one knee, but it was
she
a
drugged me
proposal.
into a room by myself and said, I have to have you.
And then what happened?
I said yes.
And then what happened?
He got
said yes.
engaged.
She
And then
said
what?
yes to the dress.
He chose somebody else.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. It's not like that. Okay.
It's not.
See, what happened was...
Okay.
What had happened was
It really isn't like that.
it's not.
It's not
I
that
just like
deep.
giving him shit for it.
So I feel like that was like one of the problems. I feel like in this industry, like
Yes.
everybody, I don't want to like
Everybody wants to be there for your wedding.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, I feel like that's part of it, but also like I didn't want to like even with photos, I was like, who am I going to book for like photography? And
Who
it's like,
have you booked?
Yeah, who do you book for that? Because, I mean, as a
Anybody
photographer or a videographer, like...
Yeah.
yeah, we
Who do you
booked with
trust?
J&S Media, Jennifer and Scott. I don't know if they shot
I
at
don't-
Pavilion. They're they don't come to Sarasota a lot. I think they're more Tampa based, and New York. They shoot a lot in New York now too. But we booked them, and honestly, I like that it was like I know them, and they've shot for me at Mixon actually with me. But I went with them because honestly, like I love their work, and also it was like somebody that's like disconnected. So the other photographers that like I didn't want to be butthurt that don't want to like like if I went with somebody else over them and they're gonna be like why'd they go, I don't know, I just didn't want to like hurt any like relationships with them as far as booking goes.
You didn't want to hurt anybody?
I didn't want to hurt anybody. You know I love you. Get out of here.
But I'm coming to the wedding. I'm just gonna sidekick with him.
Yeah,
you should.
She's gonna be my assistant.
Unless I get an actual invite.
Do it.
Unless what?
Unless I get an actual invite. December
2nd.
December 2nd.
Day after my birthday. Put it in your calendar.
Okay. I'm doing it now.
Do you know where it's at?
Ringling.
Nope.
New College.
Nope.
No. Corazon.
Nope.
Wait.
Oh my God.
No. Wait.
What do you think I made?
We've talked about those price ranges.
We did, and we talked about how you had to wait to make the phone call to get on at this venue.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that was like probably one of the most stressful processes.
Yes. So am I not right?
No, you're still wrong.
That process
one of those that's right there.
Yeah, but Powell Crosley is significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
Don't call him cheap.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
I wish I had Ringling money, to be honest.
Me too.
Like, and it's also like
I don't get the draw in getting married with a naked guy behind you, though.
You know what? Honestly,
that bugs me.
Imagine being a DJ with
the naked butt above your head.
It's not naked butt.
Oh, it's the twig and berries.
Yeah. You know what? The only thing for me that would not justify the price there is I like the fountains. If the fountains worked, and like
they don't.
They don't.
At
Ringling, if the fountains worked, I feel like the price would honestly not be horrible. It's a beautiful place, but like just the empty fountains to me, I don't know. It kind of throws it off.
Yeah, put some water and some motors. I
guess it's something with
put somebody in the fountains and then just. Just have them start spitting out water.
Yeah, right.
Put one of those chandelier ladies that has the dresses and all the water. I
don't know. I guess they were saying, when I asked, because I was curious, because it was my first time there, this was over a year plus ago, she said that the pipes underground need to be fixed, and they're like small copper pipes, so it would take like 4 months out of, which I don't know why not do during the summer, but then I guess that closes out like the business.
But you can put like a motor in there and fill it with water, like you just have like.
Yeah, but that's so I don't know. Ranky danky.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's better than nothing.
I don't know if I never shot there when they did work, but I would venture to guess they're beautiful. But I think
so. You're at Powell.
Yeah.
December 2nd.
December 2nd. I just put it on my calendar.
Okay.
Yeah. Like for all day.
But that process was a little stressful.
Yeah. How does that work? Tell the audience, for anybody that's looking to book Powell.
Yeah. So they do an 18-month out max, which I know like to most people may sound like super far out, but in our industry, like I did want to invite friends that were in our industry, so I was like, I want to let them know as soon as possible. I texted like a few like wedding videographers and photographer friends of mine that like I knew I was going to eventually invite, but like save the dates didn't come out till like a hot minute after that. But we tried to book, I think like 20 months out or something, kind of crazy. And then they were like, oh, it's only 18. So the night of the 18-month out, I went to go schedule my email for 12 a.m. on the dot for 18 months out to like book. I think it was like 11/11 or something.
And by now you've already toured. They know that like your dates, like they know who you are.
Yeah, but honestly, it's self-guided tours. There's nobody really there. Yeah, you just show up and you walk it yourself, and you email the email if you have any questions. Because it's
not bad.
Like you said, the price point is much lower to the significant.
I mean, it's county.
It's county owned.
I get that, but like,
and they also own. But they're not
they're not selling like you.
Well, they're not on site either. So their offices are at like
exactly.
The Bradenton
Convention Center.
The convention center. That's where their office is. So. Yeah, I mean, I've toured it once for a client party here at the station that we're doing that we wanted to do at the Powell, and they actually met with us.
Oh, okay.
But
maybe for corporate stuff, it's a little different.
Yeah, but for weddings, I've never actually toured it for a wedding.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be able to just like not have to be sold by somebody while you're there, but it also would be nice to have had questions answered. You know what I mean?
I actually learned a lot, like some of the rooms that you can actually utilize, which was really cool. And I honestly, that's where I would like to do my next one.
Yeah. I mean, for the neighboring
know the
places,
process.
Yeah, for the neighboring places, it was the price is definitely really good because I think Ringlings is like $15K. I think for 6 hours.
Like,
Is it more?
15 or 20 just to rent the venue.
Yeah.
Like, and that doesn't include
and then
anything.
You have to use their caterers who are very high end. So you
have to use
schedule
their
an
caterers
email.
at Powell too, though.
Yeah, Powell has I think 5 or 6 caterers that you have to utilize. Madison's is one.
Great
Michael's
food.
on East.
Pier 22.
Pier 22.
Elon Catering.
Elon, yep.
I can't remember. Puffin stuff, I think.
Oh, I like puffins.
One.
So, but it's a wide variety of ranges.
The only
of types.
time you can use somebody outside of their list is if they don't offer something that you want. So like,
well, what if I wanted a pizza truck?
that's the thing is like, I honestly feel like the caterers will figure out a way to get you a pizza truck. Well, now it might be like 10 grand, but they're going to figure out a way to do it.
I don't know. Like I want a specific pizza truck from Cornerstone.
I know.
Yeah,
That's all he's having.
That pizza's good too.
You better start like
we
laying
wanted
some
a taco
groundwork
truck.
now.
I wanted a taco truck, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved.
Let's do an after party somewhere and have a taco truck.
Maybe we will. Honestly, I think we're gonna do our room block at the Westin, but like. Honestly, the process booking Pal definitely stressed me out a little bit.
So what happened with that?
So I scheduled the email, and of course, as I was going to shoot a wedding that Saturday, because the 18-month out landed on that Saturday, I scheduled it for 12 a.m. But I guess when I clicked 12 a.m., Google was like, "Why are you scheduling an email for 12 o'clock in the morning?" and reverted it to the next day at 12 p.m. So that's why we missed the date, even though I inquired 2+ months prior.
Wait, so somebody else had it scheduled? Like they sent an email.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve. So whoever.
So they literally look at the timestamp.
Timestamps.
Yeah, whoever's email gets in
first.
And so for December 2nd, me and Maria both were on our computer. I sent one. I scheduled one at 11:59, 11:58, and then I self-sent one at 12.
Yeah. I would have done the same.
They said mine wasn't the one. It was Maria's that got accepted for 12. And I was like,
he did triple the work.
There has to be a better process. To me, it's like, in my head, I was thinking, okay, from a business perspective, how would I go about that? I feel like if you inquired 24 months out, 20 months out, take money from the person. Like take a deposit.
Yeah, take a deposit.
And then even if it's $150, and then let's say all three of us pay $150 for January 3rd, and then
it's a
18
lottery.
months out comes out, and then it's like, okay, let's check in with Tim first. He paid first. Do you still want this date? Yes, great. You either refund us or you just don't refund us.
Or you change your date. If you want something bad enough, I have learned people will change their date.
Very true. I mean, we changed ours so easily because I was like, I don't want to find somewhere else. I wasn't sold on 11.
So what date did you initially want?
11/11.
Oh, okay.
Just because it was like a cool number. Maria was like, wanted that.
Sure.
I didn't really care. But honestly, I'm more happy that we have December 2nd now because it was hot this year.
12/2/24.
Yeah. I guess. And then my birthday's on the 1st, so it's kind of.
Or no, it's this year.
Your December birthday?
Yeah, December
1st. 12/2/23.
So the rehearsal will be on my birthday, which is, I guess, kind of cool. But then again, I might get like wedding, birthday.
You should do a rehearsal party and have a DJ.
I should, honestly. I've been meaning to hit you back
do you know a
up
DJ that
anyways.
would be available to kind of do something like that for you, like a birthday?
I don't know.
There might be. I don't know.
I don't know. We still haven't booked our DJ for our wedding, so I'm just still.
I know, right?
I don't
Still
know
waiting.
any good DJs.
I know.
I know there's
Same.
some shitty ones out there.
There's so much out there to sift through. It's hard finding the
it
good
is.
ones.
Low
Even
key,
if
not
they're,
low
like,
key.
staring right at your
Y'all, just so
face.
you know, I'm DJing his wedding. He's already booked me.
Sometimes it's just right in front of your eyes.
I only booked him because I want to hear. My name is Tim Strauss. I'm the premium DJ at my wedding. I want to hear it at my wedding, and that is the only reason I booked him.
He's gonna make sure the videographers are staring at me during that portion and get that on film.
I'm gonna not judge.
Put all their
while I'm
bags in
eating
front of
them, by
his.
the way.
All their.
Oh yeah, we
bags
talked
in front
about
of
last
him.
week how
TV stand.
we judge, and I'm sure you probably
Vibe.
do the same thing. Like when you see guests starting to arrive, we judge the vibe of guests, and we also judge the vibe really of the couple and see
And
like
the vendors sometimes too.
well, and the vendors,
Yeah,
but
I
you
know.
know.
Yeah.
Well, vendors can really truly make or break it too. Like
You're telling
you
us.
know, like they really truly can. Even
You
just,
sure
like,
you
their-
listen to some of our podcasts?
I have a bunch, at least 10. Definitely not 20.
I won't
I'll
judge on
say
your
it
wedding
straight.
day. I'm gonna put my planner hat away and only put my party hat on.
No, please. I've been telling everybody like that's like the biggest thing, and honestly, that's why I wanted Tim so bad, because like I've seen you DJ some awesome weddings, but also the vibe has to be there for the people.
He's really not helping his case as to why he didn't choose me.
What? No, well, honestly, because I wanted to invite you, so it was like.
No, he got an excellent planner, and it
Yes, I
helped
do
with
love
the budget.
Delaney's great too. Plus,
Yeah.
we're trading.
You're
I'm
trading.
shooting her wedding,
Yeah.
so it's like
Who's your planner?
Delaney.
Delaney was Wild
okay.
Minds. Yeah.
She's super cute.
I'm gonna shoot her wedding. She's gonna plan mine, which she's been great. But I already told her like.
And plus, you retired, so
Yeah.
Whatever.
I thought you were like too good for me anymore. So it's like,
Never. So, well, I've got one out of, well, unless this dude decides to do something, I've got one. I'm 1 for 1 on the 3 weddings that I would plan.
So I was the second and Tim's the third?
Yeah, and Lindsay. Remember Lindsay from Texans? Yeah, she's getting married in December. And I'm a bridesmaid, so it's like a double whammy.
December what? December 3rd?
So I'm sorry, October. Sorry, October 23rd. Or 28th.
You're planning it and you're a bridesmaid?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm kind of just doing, like, it's indoors, so I'm doing all the centerpieces, like going and putting everything out, and then it's good to go. Like, it's only going to take me a hot minute, so.
A small dual hat.
Yeah, just small. Nice. And then I get
So wait, did you have to wait then another month before you could send another email?
Yes. Sorry, to close that out. Yes,
really?
we waited till
because
if
he emailed 11/11.
Oh my god!
So you had to wait another month.
Yeah, and then we waited till whatever 18 months out, whatever month that landed on for December's wedding. Because and this is purely
stressful.
That process is so competitive purely because of the price. Purely
of course,
but
it's beautiful there.
What is Powell run?
It's like a Saturday wedding is only like $6,400.
Are you serious?
I think they increased it to 75, but
and maybe they did with inflation, which would make sense.
Makes sense.
They provide the tables. I don't remember how many tables. Enough for 100 people. If you're having less than 100 people, if you have more than 100, I think you have to rent some.
But the catering companies can usually help with that.
Yeah. I will say, and I love Powell because I've shot there a million times. Like that's honestly the reason we book there is because everything in a gallery there from start to finish is really beautiful. Because a lot of times couples don't realize like. If you book like your prep rooms where your prep photos are like in random hotels, it's like an eyesore in the gallery, especially if like a nice venue because you have like all these nice photos from the ceremony, the reception, your portraits, but then like all the prep photos are at like I don't know, like a random Marriott, and it's like not that nice. You know what I mean? So like all
the vibe is completely different.
All the rooms
like the feel
nice.
Is completely different.
Exactly.
Too.
So the gallery from start to finish, you know, from a photo video perspective, is just really nice and cohesive.
Interesting.
Which I always thought was enjoyable.
What is your favorite venues to shoot at? Like, where do you find and for what reason? Because I know there's some that are like, oh, I like this about this one. What are some of your top?
I would say Powell's one. I like the Ring Link because I like the architecture. Anything like outside, I have my first one at Selby Gardens.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm
Your
excited
first?
for. Yeah, I've never shot there, which is super
You got to remember, Jonathan does not live in Sarasota.
Yeah, I don't.
I keep forgetting
he lives
that,
out
but
in
he's
St.
so
Pete.
like
we've
used him so much that I'm just like everybody should know who Jonathan is. Like
I know. I didn't know that you didn't live here.
Yeah.
Until you're like, I have an hour drive to come down to the podcast. I was like, where the hell do you live?
It got to a point where I was about to just leave some light stands at Mixon, honestly.
Right.
I was about to leave my DJ equipment.
You used to, like, especially if it was like New Year's or you were coming or New Year's Day.
Well, if I was back to back,
back to back, like he's like, so I'm gonna put my stuff in the groom suite. Sure are.
All right, I love shooting down here though, because I feel like in St. Pete, unfortunately, we have beach venues which are a pain to shoot in because it's just with your equipment like sand just flying everywhere.
I won't do it. I mean, I will, but I won't.
Yeah, so exactly. And then
Don't
it's like
ask.
those are the couples that hit you up for August. They're like, "Is there off-season discounts?" I'm like, "Dude, I want to charge more."
Right, 100%.
Yes,
90
absolutely.
degrees. I'm on the beach.
Sweating my ass off.
And you're from the north and you think this is a fabulous idea.
Yeah, and like I don't know about you, Tim, but like I refuse to wear shorts to a wedding because like I still want to like be professional.
Yes.
But like it's so hard for us. All we have is pants. You guys have rompers that you can look cute in.
Okay.
You got dresses.
Hold on. We got to talk about this photographer gear, like clothing wise.
Yeah, I know.
But let's talk about the venues, and then we're going to talk about some of the things that the photographers
that we've talked about photography, not about you, but like about
photographers' clothing choices.
Because we got questions, but
so Powell, first time at Selby.
Ringling, I like a lot. I shoot at the Hotel Zamora on St. Pete Beach. It's definitely my favorite St. Pete Beach hotel because it's like off the beach and the ceremony's on rooftop.
Which one is that?
Which one?
It's right on St. Pete Beach. It's down towards the dawn. The Hotel Zamora.
Zamora.
I think I've been wedding there coming up.
Yeah, it's a really nice. And DJ wise, you're not gonna like it. Sorry, I was just about to make.
I'll have one of my other guys
put you in the corner.
You have to use their speakers.
No.
Yeah, so like you'll have to plug it into their sound system. So it's a little wonky.
That is the worst.
Who makes somebody do that?
Like, yeah.
Because oh my gosh.
I think it's
there's no control.
I don't really know what the reasoning is, but I'm pretty sure you have to use.
They could just use the decibel meter and test your sound.
That's very true.
Oh my Lanta.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, so many DJs.
He's like, I'm not doing.
He goes,
that.
I'm gonna send one of my guys.
I'm not going there.
Yeah. Gosh, that sucks.
Hopefully they didn't book premier DJ services.
Double check because I mean that's what people complain
about. If they did, then but I'll just have to let them know.
I mean it's the same way with what is it? I like the Ritz too. Love shooting at the Ritz.
He does not. Really
Doesn't because you guys use this.
He has to go so far to get to where he needs to go.
That's true. And I think with the beach clubhouse at the Ritz, you have to use their speakers too. Which
the Ritz Beach Club, if you are upstairs,
you have to use their speakers.
You have to plug in.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, not the greatest when you have to use. And Selby, I don't know if you know this, but Selby has 2 locations where you can 2 wedding locations. So they have the indoor, like ballroom,
and then they have that garden.
And then they have the garden area.
Okay, cool.
And if you're outside and the wedding is outside in that garden area, you have to use their speaker.
Yep.
Speakers.
Oh, okay. But you can't bring your own because. Was that
because of noise, or
it's a noise ordinance? Because it's residential right there.
Yeah,
but I mean, the noise ordinance doesn't go into effect until 10 p.m.
Yep.
Okay.
So weird.
But I guess they've had so many complaints that you have to use their speaker, and it's their speakers are the worst.
Oh, God.
And they obviously will monitor them themselves.
Yeah.
So they're like the worst possible speakers.
Yeah.
They sound like the sound quality is horrible. And so if I ever get a Selby, event that's outdoor, I just let them know, like, hey, couple, just so you know.
Yeah.
And I try and do that in general with any venue. If there's an issue, not an issue, but if there's something that will hinder my performance, I'm gonna let them know.
Yeah, of course.
No. Like sense. I don't know if you remember when there's this Airbnb up in Bradenton. I forget what it's called.
I think it sleeps like a Shangri-La.
Shangri-La. Yeah, something like that.
Is it nice enough to be like a wedding place?
The place is massive.
But it's in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there was one time, the one, and I did a whole video on this.
You did.
And it's on my website if you want to check it out.
It's hilarious.
It's Story Time with Tim. And long story short, right when the ceremony started, the neighbors started chainsawing.
No.
Wood in the middle of April.
Did.
April,
No
May.
way.
You don't need to chainsaw wood.
They were just upset.
They were mad that there was a wedding and they wanted to ruin it
Wow.
And so I was trying to flag them down during the ceremony, and they're like, and I was like,
wait, this was during the ceremony.
During the ceremony, right when the bride, when the bride started to walk down,
Dude.
they started.
That's not cool. Right?
And
literally, he has a video.
And I was literally waving them down. I was like, hey, can y'all just cut it off for 5 minutes? And they're like, nope.
So the whole time they just
the entire ceremony.
What did the couple say?
I mean,
what are they
probably
didn't.
I mean, they were like, whatever. I mean, yeah.
And
there's a whole video.
Couples don't care about.
So
much.
every time
you have a video from it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. It's and no joke. I've probably gotten 4 or 5 inquiries for that venue, and I'll be like, hey, I'm willing. I'm available. If I'm available, I'll do it. But I send them the video. I'm like, just want to give you a heads up. This is the case.
Yeah. And you know what? That's really honorable of you, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, me and Maria talk about this because I feel like as we're planning our wedding and she's like, I'm referencing things that sometimes couples don't want to be told.
Yeah.
But it's nice of you to say that because technically speaking, they may not book there or maybe even not book you because they might book somewhere completely different or something. Who knows? But I feel like disclosing that information to couples is so crucial because if let's say you didn't say that and then they see your video 2 months after their wedding or something.
Why
didn't you tell us that? You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and I want to give them a heads up to say, hey, this could happen.
Yeah.
It may not, but it could because it's happened before, and the neighbors they're just
douches.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I had two. I had 2 couples that I have booked for mixing. My last 2.
Oh yeah.
Both of them called me and were like, "Hey, we saw Mixin's closing. Should we be worried?"
Yep, I had the same conversations. It might have been the same couple.
Could have been, and I was like,
"There's been a lot of those."
The business person in me wanted to be like, "Oh no, they'll figure it out. They'll be all right." But then
the human
me, that's planning my own wedding, they would want somebody to be transparent with me. Would be like, I was like, I don't know, you need to keep touching base because they are closing, so you have to think about the.
And I don't know who the contact person is over there anymore.
I don't know.
I think Shannon,
but
is a name that I've heard, but
anyway.
I don't know.
So I'll send things over. Yeah, and I don't want to bash.
So at the end of the day, though, how is it planning a wedding, being in the wedding industry? What are some things that you're like, Oh, never thought of that. And then some things are like, yeah, I nailed that because I was in the industry.
I would definitely say like some like the DIY-ness. Now I see why like some wedding planners get annoyed with people that like DIY their decor, because you have to figure out like who's moving all of that like and stuff, and we're taking into account some of that stuff because like like I build furniture for fun, so I'm like I want to like build some stuff for the wedding.
Yeah.
But I have to figure out like, okay, who's moving all that? Because like, like before I say doing that, so like figuring that stuff out. But it's been cool, like just knowing people. Like, I mean, I wrote out my timeline like the day we booked our wedding, because I was just like, I know all the timeline stuff, so it was like easy to do that. But
Tim likes adding in, or he thinks this is a trend, doing a dance party before dinner.
Okay. Wait, I didn't say I think that should be a trend.
Yeah, remember we talked about it.
I said that's what they do in like the Northeast.
But we said it should be a well, maybe I said it should be a trend.
What do you
but
mean
it
a
should
dance
be.
party?
So
like,
basically,
it should be like. Go ahead.
Wait, before dinner?
Yeah.
So introductions, straight into a dance set.
Oh, really? So
that's what they do, like in Jersey.
Oh, wow.
They will do introductions and then like a 15-minute dance set.
And I could see that if the average age was like less than 40, but if it's like,
what's wrong with 40 plus?
Damn.
I'm not saying there's anything
wrong. I'm close to 40.
I'm 42.
I said average. Take the average. So if there's like a lot of younger people there, then I feel like that would work. But if there's like big Greek weddings that like, we're not having a big Greek wedding, but if we were having a big Greek wedding, like 150 plus people, like.
I'm surprised you're not having a big Greek wedding, Mr. I Love Greece.
I'm paying for this myself. How much money do you think I make?
First, she thinks that you should have it at Ringling.
Yeah.
And if you have a Greek wedding, doesn't everybody like pitch in like a big family?
I mean, I would say normally, but like honestly, it was just more about I like the fact that it was it's gonna be like less than 100 or around 100 to keep it like more like intimate and like people like I actually like have conversations with on a even like a monthly basis. Like if I haven't talked to somebody in so long, it's just like for how expensive weddings are nowadays. It's just like I'm like I don't know. Like I want to invite.
So you're doing a little DIY. You've already had your timeline set to go.
Yeah.
What are some big wow moments? You're like, oh.
Did not know how much flowers cost.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
That one still blows me away, and I honestly think it's because, and I think about this too. It's like. Honestly, I would say the majority of most couples probably pay more for flowers than they do for photos and video, and you keep those
DJ
forever. And DJ for sure. But like
you're hitting a good spot for Tim. He agrees with you.
Okay, so I say that never having put a flower arrangement together in my entire life.
Well, again, like, I'm not saying
or
that
purchase flowers. They all come from flipping Holland and stuff.
But I'm not saying that flowers aren't beautiful and the floral, like the floral people.
Florists.
Thank you. The florists, they do an amazing job.
They do.
And you're paying for the creative
They are artists.
But you're paying to fly flowers in. Do you not realize the majority of flowers are not grown in the United States?
Yes. Question for you then. Based on your average, what you need for a wedding. Centerpieces, bouquets, boutonnieres, maybe like
$4,000.
Like that's what you think? Like I'm curious what you think that would be valued at.
Well, it depends on. Wait, all right. So
how many centerpieces?
How much do you think people should like? What the cost should be for like an average wedding
for flowers?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How much would you be comfortable spending?
Probably, I think most like $5,000.
Okay, and I honestly think that's a good number. To be honest,
a good number.
I think people that are going over 6, 7, I
think anything over 5.
Flowers, like,
anything over 5 is insane.
And at the end of the day, you're not taking all those flowers home.
No, I take a picture of all the flowers.
You know how much flowers I take home from weddings when I work?
No, 100%. I was in Orlando a few weeks ago, and they beautiful flowers. It was a very boho style, bohemian style,
and there was plants
wedding
too.
Wow!
It was like I sent you a picture of all the flowers in the floor, like all the florals in trash bins at the end of the night. I'm like
big green trash cans. Yeah. And I was like, those are actual like not just flowers. Those are plants.
Yeah,
you can take those home and keep them forever.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if you think about if you break it down on like a cost per hour usage, like the amount of money.
Oh, he went there.
Yeah, because I really
not
was
per
thinking
person. Like I always do the budget like based on how many people, how many tables you need, how many floral centerpieces. He said
cost per hour usage.
Of usage.
Think about you. Like think about you based on the flowers. Like and think about us based on the flowers. Because like I don't even know how you would quantitate like the hours of people looking at my photos or watching the video. I guess that would be much easier. But like it is crazy to think that like flowers are probably the most paid for thing for the least used thing.
Right, because they will never remember them
Just in the pictures.
There's no, just in pictures, but they're not gonna be like, I mean, they might just say like, oh my God, your floral arrangement is amazing. But they're probably not really looking at that. For DJ, we are creating these memories.
That's true.
And this feeling.
Like, I remember how fun that dance floor
exactly.
was.
And then, photography and video, it's a tangible product.
Yes. Okay. I agree with both of you. However, flowers paint the picture. It sends the vibe home.
And honestly, a part of the reason we booked at Powell Crosby's is because you can dress that place up or you can do very minimal.
That's true as well. Like, it depends on the venue too. But literally sometimes like at Bishop, it's just kind of like a blank
canvas,
slate, right? So you need that flower, you need that pop of color.
A lot there.
Actually, it's true because I mean it's very historical there. Like
you got to bring in some centerpieces that kind of do a thing.
Okay, the centerpieces, but like at Powell, people put all over the columns and all on the stairs. Like they really dress that place up sometimes.
For one shot to come down the stairs.
Yeah, or like if you do all your dancing there, but then it's dark, so it's kind of like hard to, like, in the evening time. But like, I don't know. I feel like if you have a really nice venue, like, I mean, that's why I like shooting at Sunken Gardens a lot too. That's probably one of my favorite St. Pete wedding
Was
venues,
Maria all in on flowers, or was she more like, I don't really care?
I would say
she's
50,
so laid back.
What are you guys spending on flowers?
I think it was right around $5,000. I want to say it was like 5,100.
How many groomsmen and bridesmaids?
I think like 5 on each side.
Okay.
So not crazy, but we did dress up the columns a little bit and stuff like that. So like
became one of those
if we cut those, it probably would have been closer to the 4 number for sure. But we did dress it up a little. I mean, I wanted to because like, I mean, I feel like wedding photographers or like people in our industry, they either have weddings or they don't. They elope. There's no in between. There's no like low budget. You gotta do it the right way.
Wedding, you mean?
I feel like vendors.
Oh, vendors.
Vendors.
Well, yeah, because we know how expensive it is.
Yeah.
And 2, we understand the details that go into it. And it's.
Or they do the elopement and then just like a reception party.
Yeah, see, I like that idea.
We almost did that.
As long as his bride wears a black dress, he does not care.
No, first of all, chill.
Is that not true?
I like the idea of a black dress. She better be wearing a white dress.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I never said I didn't want a white dress. I just like the idea of doing something different.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, speaking of dresses, we talked about this last week.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? Now, has she gotten her dress yet?
Yeah, she got it.
Well, then
early,
that just screws that up. But
you can ask him if he did.
Thoughts on what's your fiance's name again?
Maria.
Thoughts on if she hadn't gotten her dress already or hadn't even gone shopping yet? What are your thoughts on actually going with her to the dress shop? Hold up.
Wait, hold on.
Chill, dog.
1 second.
Going, having her try on dresses. You can see them, and then you can give her an idea of like, oh, I like this style on you. And that doesn't have to be the one. I mean, shit, it might be.
This is
or
attractive.
Like
on
this,
you,
I love this on you.
Be like,
and
it
then,
shows your best assets.
And so you go with her, but she doesn't pick out the dress that day. So you kind of give her an idea of dresses that you like on her, that you like to see on her, and then when she will come back with her people, and that will be an option, and then she can go with other options. And then you won't actually see what she's getting until day of.
Okay. On a scale of 1 being how much I hate that to 10, I'm probably at a 0.5.
You hate that?
Yeah. But that's just me though.
Why?
Because I am so much looking forward to the excitement of seeing her like come down the aisle and like.
So you're not going to seeing her in a dress prior to and having thoughts or imaginations or like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see her would ruin it.
Okay. Yes and no. Like if somebody hit me up today and was like, we want to do a styled shoot, I would do a styled shoot with her tomorrow in a wedding dress, not care.
Okay,
what the hell?
I need you for a styled shoot then. There's no
option of her choosing that dress. Like there's not like me knowing.
But you're going to see her in a dress regardless.
It doesn't matter though, because I know I'm never seeing that dress on her ever again, and especially not on our wedding day.
So he doesn't get hung up on it.
Yeah. So but going to the thing thinking, wow, she could have maybe bought the 3rd one or the 4th one. I just
or not
like
even that one.
I mean, I don't even know what her. I don't want to know what anything looks like. Like when she went and got her makeup trial, I was like, take it off. Take it off.
Take it off before you go.
I think when Megan got hers done, we actually were like, well, shoot, I guess since you're all done up, let's go out.
Yeah, I was like, take it off. I don't even want. I want like to see like all fresh, you know.
Okay, so
I want that for me. I told her I was like, I'm gonna keep growing my hair out for the wedding, and I'm gonna get my hair cut like the night before, and like you're gonna have no clue what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
so you're not gonna cut your hair for the next 6 months.
Let me give you a tip.
I'm serious.
Let me give you a tip. if it grows down the back of your neck, please cut it in time so that you don't have a ring around your neck that's white and not tan.
Didn't think about that. Let me see.
Don't
details,
do that.
Details.
I had a guy shave his head the night before a wedding, and it was awful.
Yeah. It probably went to the beach the day before.
Tan, and then he was like white cap.
I may show up with a mullet. I may show up with my
You
hair
should
now.
do it.
So on the flip side of that,
wait.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, we have a flip side. Tim would like to share with you.
Wait, question. Do you like that idea?
What?
With the dress thing?
I kind of do.
I do.
We talked about it last week.
Okay.
Because
you're a part of everything wedding wise.
And I think it's different because it would be like your second, and it would, so I mean, I think it's different this
Yeah, it's
go
probably
around.
different, yeah. And the only reason why I feel that is because what if you don't like the dress on her that she picks?
I don't know. I feel like how would you not?
How would you not? You can't do that.
Yeah, like
you can't
like
not.
it's your wife. Like,
you have to like it.
You will. Yeah. I don't know. I guess.
And if you don't, you say nothing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, not that you wouldn't like it, but
you know what? As you're saying that, it's a good point.
I mean, because
okay.
Maria is tiny.
Because
like, what if she picked like some huge ball gown?
I feel like my compromise is
her.
this. I know like some about like wedding dresses, A-line, whatever all this stuff.
Because you shoot them all the time.
Yeah. I feel like you could. I have an opinion on what dresses I like when I shoot weddings. So
you'll send her those and be like,
or
hey,
I'll just say, like, these are the style dresses. Like sometimes when
okay,
I see a couple, like a bride that like even Emily and Derek's wedding
Oh,
at the Bishop.
yes.
I loved her dress. I thought it was an amazing
That's
dress.
gorgeous.
I showed it to Maria. I was like, this is a great dress. Like this is really nice. I guess that's some input.
but there are times where the bride will go with the groom to go suit shopping. So what's the difference? So why does she get to see you in the suit beforehand?
I guess we're a little different because she didn't come with me. I mean,
Well, no, I know, and that's not. That doesn't. I mean, I don't
think you're different.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say it's probably 50-50. I would say.
Oh, the colors. You picked out the colors.
I would say it's 50-50 on the bride going with the groom. I mean, I've seen it happen.
I think it's like intimate to do that.
And honestly, I really could see that too. I mean,
like, because as a female, we're sitting back like,
I hope he likes this. oh, for the guy, yeah.
Gosh.
Like,
but don't you
is
want
that
to
what
feel
you're
that
wearing
on the wedding day, though?
Oh, it's anticipation building.
Yeah.
It's anticipation because the day it's going to still look different on them than it did
because
when
you won't be all dolled up.
Because you're not going to be all like
your
clean
hair's not going to be
shaven,
done.
Maybe you've been hitting the gym a little harder the last 6 months, and you got the shoes matched up. You got it all groomed. Oh yeah,
That's true. That is true.
All right, so another question. Thoughts on because of your with photography and video, thoughts on and what are you doing for first look, first touch, or waiting until she walks down the aisle to see her for the first time?
We're doing a first touch.
First touch.
Yeah.
I knew they weren't going to do a first look.
Yeah, I'm too traditional.
Yeah, he's like, no, I could tell.
I've always like, honestly, like, I mean,
you do like shooting first looks?
Honestly, they're fun. I think, okay, so here's my gripe with first looks, and I honestly say this on like my intro calls with my clients too, is like, because I started off with video, I shoot a lot of the way I shoot photos is still the same way because I love like the motion that I would get in video. But man, shooting video really shows you how much stuff is fake on wedding days. And that's like totally what I'm like against. So like I always talk about like first look's the best example I always give of how I shoot wedding days. I'm going to put you in good light with a great background. There's not going to be any like dumpster cans or anything crazy in the background, but like I want from a distance to give you a thumbs up and like you just go and have that interaction. We'll preface like, are you going to tap on the shoulder?
Pretend I'm not here. Yeah.
Like literally pretend, because like I can't tell you, and I actually have a TikTok queued up today that I want to post about this because and I blurred out the photographer's face in it because I don't want no hate, but like there's so many times I'm shooting video and they're like this close to each other. You're not facing me. Then they're like, all right, put your hand there. Now do this. Okay, now go ahead and turn. It's like, to me, you're robbing that more emotional, like, raw moment.
And what's natural for them too,
like,
right?
That's not how we used to
like,
capture weddings.
And here's the thing: I want to take my time. Like, I want to be like, okay, this is this is what we're doing, like, and really get in that to that build.
Now, I think, and is that based? That's not on the wedding plan. That's on the photography team, right?
It is.
So I would let the photography team know because again, second time around, I feel like I would I feel like I would like to do a first look.
Yeah.
Because you get to have that intimate moment, just you two. And you make a good point with photographers, videographers, kind of giving cues like, all right, go ahead and touch a shoulder.
Yeah. And it's like, you got your bridesmaid sneaking around the corner or whatever. I was like, I don't want nobody around.
How I would like to do it is I would like, hey, photography team, video team, be incognito. Just watch it. I'm gonna go off into the distance
between the trees,
and you guys just let whoever that person is know.
Yeah.
Hey, go and get your man.
Right here.
Go and get your man.
I think where that line skewed is like, honestly, it's blogs and editorials. Like photographers are really
shooting for the gram.
They're shooting for the blog. They're shooting for the publication. They're shooting for the editorial. So like the moment of you, hand on the shoulder, and them smiling back at the camera, like, that's what they're shooting for, instead of like the more emotional.
And it's still fake. It's so fake.
Yeah, you know whose wedding I think of that I love their first look?
Davina.
They're great. Theirs was great.
Yeah.
As well as a good example. But Jamie and Kyle's. I don't know if you were there for. I don't think you were there actually, Tim. You were. I don't think you were.
Was it recent?
It was at Mixin. That's why I thought maybe you were there. But I don't remember how long.
If it hasn't been since June of last year, it wasn't me.
I don't remember, but it was very like I just like from a far distance went up to her and said, "Okay, do you want to tap on the shoulder, or do you want like him to just turn around like you tell him?" And like they'll let me know. Then I'll relay that information to the groom. And then I just give like a thumbs up from a distance, and then I don't say a word for however long. You know what I mean? I don't
let them
speak
just totally be it as long as it takes.
It's so much more. And then also like video wise, if there's a videographer there, it's like whenever they're talking to each other and let them ranting instead of just being like, move your hand, like the audio clip is gone. You can't use any of that audio now because now I just screamed in the background, me being the photographer. It's like those sound bites are what beautiful art.
Like films, I mean the original. I feel like the original first look should just be the two of them. Photographer and video team should be on the outskirts, not saying a damn thing. Just let it happen, and then once they have their moment, then if there are certain things that you want to get, then you can go ahead and be like, all right, put your hand here and let's try and recreate it if you didn't get a good shot to begin with.
And honestly, when they're doing that, you're going to see where they naturally put their hand and where they look and things. So then you can say, okay, so I want you to go back to the point where you first walked up and where you put your hand in. So you can see where their mannerisms and characteristics were. Jen is opposed to first looks. And I want to ask her. If this is why, because it seems so fake and staged. I could see like it just being an intimate moment, like everybody just like nobody even knows that it's happening, right? Like don't tell groomsmen, don't tell bridesmaids, don't tell parents, don't tell anybody that we're taking her for photos, we're taking him for photos, or whatever, we're taking the partners for photos.
I like that,
and we'll be back.
Yeah, and honestly, like I had a first look too, and this is actually the one I'm going to use in the video as an example. Was like I didn't tell them like, oh, do anything, and she like walked up and like hugged him from behind, and then she's been envisioning that
for a while,
probably. And he was like, "Can I turn around?" She's like, "No." I'm like she was saying like, "I'm not ready," and just the way she was, and they like both started crying, and then like finally she was like, "Okay, turn around," and like that whole moment on video, I was shooting photos, so like, but for me, I knew in that moment I was like, I am not saying a word. I went into silent shutter mode on my camera because I was like, I knew video wise because that's such a video moment. Like, don't get me wrong, you're gonna print the photos, the photos are gonna be in your background, but like those are video moments. With me being both, I know that like that is a very crucial like video centric moment because that audio like. They're going to watch that back and really be in there in that moment. Like, remember that 10
years. And I feel like that's what sets you apart, too, is because you've done both,
yeah.
You know how to work in each one to benefit the other. You know what I mean? Like,
not to say other photographers can't. It's just they have to understand.
But I love that about you.
There's moments that are like, this is more important for video than photos. Because you could easily stage
because there's some photographers that are just like, no, I got to get the shot. I got to get the shot. But they don't realize that they're ruining the video portion of it. And you guys have all heard my story, and I tell couples all the time, video is so important because there's going to come a day when you're watching that video and the people that are in that video are no longer here.
Yeah.
And you hear their voice and you see their face and you see their mannerisms. And you see them happy and joyful or whatever. That is a thing in time that you cannot get back in a photo.
That's why I don't delete any footage. That's why I don't delete anything. Really? I save everything. I have like 16 hard drives in my closet. Because like I had a wedding 2 years ago where a couple reached out. She was like, my grandfather died and he gave a speech. I didn't add the speeches at the time, and I had the speeches still. So we just
y'all. If you don't hire this man,
no, chill. I'm not trying to plug, but I'm just saying.
No,
like,
that's why you're here. We're plugging you.
Yes.
And we also love your work.
TikTok. So I was like, this is really nice.
We're getting there. Get to the TikTok and to clothing.
Yeah, but what I mean, being photo and video, what would you say your style is? Like, what's
Definitely, like I would definitely say candid for sure. Like I really prioritize.
So what does that mean?
Like I'm not gonna overpose. I'm not gonna like like important moments. Like again, like it'd always be my responsibility to put people in the best light with no distractions. But like once you're in that spot for whatever you're doing, like I want to naturally capture things as they occur. Like that's why I always make it a point. Like if there's a videographer, or if I'm there for video and I'm working with a photographer, I always reach out to them before because I don't want to be capturing groom prep at 1 p.m. and you're doing it at 2. Let's just have them do it one time.
Yeah,
it be real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it looks better for the photos, it looks better for the videos. Like I want everything to be real. That's
so in post production, what would you say? Like, are you dark and moody? Are you like light and airy?
I would say I'm like just a little warm, just a little playing to the golden tones a little bit more.
Definitely
I try not
golden
to be
tones.
too dark. Yeah, I mean sometimes like some wedding days, like if it's super overcast, like I feel like my work's a little darker then. But like normally I just like playing to like the more golden skin tones.
And then for video, what would you say your style is for when you do like production?
Is it like cinematic or?
Yeah,
like,
and I use the same colors for my photos and videos. I try to keep those colors as close as possible. Obviously, with video, it's a little bit more difficult because it's not a raw file to work with. But
what kind of like videos do you produce though? Like when as far as the actual production of it, like when you go
the final,
like editing. Like there's some people that will actually like.
I don't really do doc edits like super long. All mine is like cinematic short films, like less than 12 minutes. And honestly, I barely ever book my 10 to 12 minute anymore. I'm thinking about not even offering it because like it's for like a niche client that wants like a super long video.
Who did Joey's wedding video?
Oh, Spanish guy.
What's
Daniel Colmeras?
No.
Diego Stewart?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Coastal Creative?
Nope.
Some
Son of a biscuit.
Eater.
Yeah, no, but I definitely incorporate a lot of like
but it was
sound
really
bites and a lot of like the sound bites from the day, like and all the dialogue. Like I mic the bride up, I mic everybody up on the wedding day. Like even during their couple session. Mm-hmm. Recently, I've just started miking them up during their photos
because you captures probably some really cute
and
things.
like one day I forgot I had left his mic on, and I was like, let me sync up the audio with the footage and like see if he like says anything like during it. And there was like so many cute moments that had like little sound bites. So I was like, I'm gonna start micing them up during like the newlywed portraits from now on, and just like keeping them mic'd up because like they sometimes say
hear her gets frustrated that grandmother's taking so long.
If the photographer's not screaming in the background, but like if it makes cute moments for audio wise, like I always try to incorporate those as much as possible.
But you still do like all the family photos and all the post photos that way too, but they're just not your favorite. Like, and who really prints those anyway?
Yeah,
like
family photos.
Like,
family photos don't get printed a lot. I mean, if they print through my gallery, I can see, but like the couples photos obviously being number one, and then like a bunch of prep
and then they just save them in like maybe they'll get like a 5x7 CVS print.
Yeah,
stick it in a little album.
Honestly, like
nobody prints those big large family photos.
Yeah, and honestly, it's sad to see like how like less people print more and more each year. I mean, I print albums. Like I actually just printed Davina and Daniels into my own album for my own office because like I like to use them as reference because like, man, photos in print just look so much better, especially in an album. Like I will 100% be getting an album for my wedding because it's like so nice to be able to just like, oh, let me sit here and open this up and look at these.
Do couples do that? I mean,
I did one for mine, but
you're also like 20 years ago, so
yeah, you're very young.
I was doing things too. I was doing things before they were supposed to be done, but I used like Shutterfly. But we gave each of our families, so we had 3 sets of parents, so they each got an album of the wedding photos at Christmas because we got married in August, so we gave
that's
it to
cool.
And what's crazy too is like it's honestly, I'm sorry, but like there is a creative aspect to it. But with AI now, everything is a lot more seamless. I can create an album for a client in literally 2 hours, and it's very seamless. It's beautiful. It tells the story from start to finish. This is why I was saying like the prep photos, I love being like in a nice location because it's like then your whole album looks beautiful. But even with like majority of album companies, once you print one, normally they offer companion albums is what they call them, which is just duplicate copies for half price, if not even more, because they're already printing your first one.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like I love that when
they're
you
just
gift
making a
the
few
album
extra
to, like,
dollars.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, I gave them out to all of our family.
Yeah, I feel like that's such a beautiful gift for like your family to like see your photos and stuff like that. But it's definitely a nice moment. But I don't know, not everybody does it, so I have to try to sell more of them. But
I'm huge on video.
Yeah,
I just love video just because I mean you can see it.
You can feel it.
You can feel it. I mean, you can still feel it. Yeah.
And honestly, it's gotten like we have had such large jumps with video quality.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying we haven't with photo, but the quality of video, like going from 720p to 4K now, everything, and like the colors just even being so much better that like it just makes films look a lot more.
And you can envision yourself being back.
Yeah.
In the party or back at the ceremony.
Yeah. And honestly, that's how.
And it reminds you of things that happened.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, that's what I said.
That's actually why I don't delete any footage too, and I'd rather just like buy another hard drive because like all the time I get couples that reach back out and are like, can we actually have our ceremony if you still have it? And
it's funny.
Like,
I've actually had a couple reach out to me asking, hey, would you mind sending us the song list? Because so in our software that we use for DJing, I use what's called Virtual DJ. They have a history.
That's so
and you
cool.
can go back and see the in order of what songs were played.
That's cool. I would want that.
And
honestly.
I could, so that way they can kind of like go back and say like, oh, these are the songs that were played during our wedding night.
It's funny. I did that too.
Yeah, that's super
like
neat,
my
actually.
DJ recorded like he.
Well, no, and I don't
have, like,
actually
DJ,
record. I mean, I could
he
record.
Made me a CD when they were. When they were
I could record. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I could record, but I mean, then you've got
You know how many sets of his I've accidentally recorded with my recorder? So many.
With mine?
Well, like I'm recording the speeches. And
I would love to hear it.
I forget to turn it off. Honestly, I should give you some of the.
Heck yeah.
I forget to turn it off and it's just recording.
You should just make him a TikTok.
Hi, my name is Tim Teelis. I should put a compilation.
You should put a compilation. That'd be great.
But there are so many moments like that from weddings. I feel like that could be so cool, like little small like wedding traditions like that. I mean, even Bill was telling me he's like into fragrances. He's like, you should like people should get a fragrance that they only use for everything related to their wedding. So like bride uses during dress shopping or rehearsal, and then like when you smell that, I guess like you're supposed to be able to like
remember
on your anniversary.
I like that idea. That's cool.
I do like that.
Yeah, it's a nice little.
That's something to go shopping together for too.
See, yeah, like that could be really cool.
Definitely because I'd be like, I like that.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the elephant in the room.
What's that?
Wait, no, not yet, because we're still not yet though. Not yet. We're not getting to that. We want to talk about the real quick. We'll just dabble on
a little quick dab.
A quick dabble on photographers and videographers and their stupid attire that they wear.
He said stupid.
What is it like? Okay, first off, if I'm in this list, one, I'm gonna be surprised.
You're not on this list.
You're not.
No.
Two, I also want to know what triggered your hatred for this?
Because we see it all the time.
And it's not just me. It's like,
I sent him a picture of a photographer with a black backwards hat, blue jean shorts, tennis shoes, and a black shirt.
I sent the same one. It was a different person.
What was his name?
I don't know. I don't remember those people.
Was he a second shooter or a main shooter?
Main. He was the only.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, dude. And then I saw a videographer literally get in the middle of a ceremony. Like, he was in it. And then I had a videographer step on a veil as the bride's going down because he's trying to get in. I'm like, y'all don't stop.
I've got a story. So for a couple of years ago, this was actually at Hunsader Farms. So they have a little venue. I don't know if they still do it, though.
I've been there for their pumpkin patch.
Yeah. So Hunsader, I don't know if they still have, they had like a wedding venue. I don't know if they still use it. But there was, I was DJing a wedding there, and during the ceremony, the videographer, first of all, the videographer had a second videographer, and she was wearing bright pink.
Okay. Yeah.
Very hard to miss.
Yeah.
And they also had a drone, and the ceremony was outdoors. Flying during the ceremony. And no joke, as the bride's about to walk down, the videographer comes up right in front of the groom's face. And
takes a photo.
Takes his camera. I'm just using my phone.
Used his camera.
But he had his camera right in front of the groom's face to catch the
reaction.
The reaction, but like
so bad.
Nobody.
You're right in front of the groom, and he's trying to see his bride. I would be more like, I'd be like, why are you right next to me?
So I have a tip for couples to like know how to like see if that's going to be a thing. Because how do you know? You can ask on your sales call, hey, how close do you get to me during the ceremony? Which you definitely could ask. You definitely could. And that's why I referenced like me being as least obtrusive as possible. Like I like to stay on the outskirts with like longer lenses. But if you are watching a video or you see a photo and it's like a wide angle shot of the groom's reaction, the first initial thought is not like, oh, that's a nice photo, but then you have to think, okay, how'd they get that? Or if it's a wide angle shot and they're getting the groom's reaction, that means they're right in front of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if you see a lot of those in their portfolio, you can assume that they get really close. You know, like on wedding days where like, I feel like if you're in that, I mean, I just feel awkward being in the front in general, but like, cause like everybody's staring at him, you know what I mean? Looking at the bridal party. So like, if you're just staring that close, like they're looking at you, especially if you're wearing pink. It's like,
it was, it was interesting. But anyway, so going back to attire.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen multiple. I mean, I feel like if you are a wedding vendor, if you're not going to dress to impress, like as far as like, dress for the occasion, you should at least just be wearing black.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I don't even like tennis shoes technically. Like Nikes, like I feel like even that is like
I will suffer.
I've seen you on some hot days.
I'd be wearing my
and
shoes.
he's still
I will suffer, and then when it comes time to dancing, you know what happens?
Jacket comes off, and so do the socks and shoes. And you
not the socks.
Well, just your shoes.
Jeez.
He takes his shoes off.
The table though.
He takes his shoes off and he turns his fan on.
Yeah. Well, you're standing behind. He's standing behind, though.
All right.
So
you're talking about mix-ins. All right. So
when you're outside,
yeah, I have a fan. Duh. Yeah. I mean, it's Florida. It's freaking hot as balls out.
But I know you take off your shoes.
I take my shoes off because my knees are hurting.
Yeah. No.
And he has one of those mats, though.
Of course. Most DJs should have a mat.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, I know I'll leave my jacket on unless it's like super. Actually, I probably won't even wear a jacket if it's super hot out and it's during the summer.
Oh, yeah,
nope.
No.
Put
and
on
honestly,
my polo.
like I think that the dressing wise has gotten worse as like even corporate America isn't really dressing up that much anymore. So it's like
y'all see me,
I
mean, you always look so nice.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like there's a standard, and I feel like the shorts thing blows my mind. Even the hat thing like blows my mind. Like that's wow. I see females photographers wearing hats at weddings. It's like the nice little cute fedoras.
Oh well, but if it's
they can do
fashion,
that's a little different.
That's fashion hat.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about a baseball hat.
Yeah, and there ain't no fashion
or the
hats
low
for us,
cut
so
stuff
wearing,
or the shorts, and I'm like, why are you wearing that?
I always wear like a nice pair of shoes. I love my boots, even when it's hot. And then obviously pants because like I'm never a shorts guy. But yeah, I mean a polo. I feel like you don't even have to tuck it in, but like at least a collared shirt. Like at least a collared shirt. During the winter, I'll tuck in my shirt. I'll wear a tie if it's cold during the winter. I mean, I'll wear a bow tie normally, not a long tie because then it's just swinging.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, I've seen you in your bow tie.
But the bow ties I'll rock. But
it's like okay, but why is it like? Are they wearing like these things for comfort?
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's got to be comfort, and I just don't know that they are very knowledgeable of what's expected.
Yeah.
And how they should look.
And it comes down to like what their price point is too. Like believe it or not, like if you're charging $1,000 for an 8-hour wedding day, okay, like that's like I don't want to say like $1,000 work, but like it's
you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, but like somebody who's charging like in a premium product, like even like first wedding at Mixon, I worked with a photographer there, and I remember that was a really nice wedding, and it was my first one ever, and it went so smooth, and I was like, this is great. Like all weddings are like this, but it was just because she was super experienced and their timeline was great. But I know that she is a plus $6,000, $7,000 starting price point. I guarantee you she ain't showing up in a hat and shorts. You know what I mean? It's like those people that are charging a premium price and give a really good product are showing up dressed for a wedding. They're dressed.
They're dressed for success.
And I don't mind the rompers too much.
No, the girl can look
the rompers
great
are cute on the
yeah.
girls, and I feel like it's comfortable enough to move around to get in your low shots and things like that.
And honestly, we should have started experiencing with the romp hem.
The romp hem.
Yeah. I'd love to rock a romp hem.
Is this a serious thing?
There really is romp hems.
Yeah. They're called romp hems.
Romp hems. Yeah. It's a romper.
Oh my God. We're going to move on to TikTok. Please wear, you know what?
I'll send you an Amazon link.
No. The next wedding that we do together, wear a romp hem.
Can I interest you in a romp hem?
You will go viral again on TikTok.
They're not that bad looking. Now, again, it would take a certain type of style, but I will pull one up and I'm going to send you guys a romp hem.
Please do.
Look like,
he probably has them saved in his cart already.
I'm going to go on here. Romp.
He's like, and that one, and I need that color.
Let's see what
that style. A romp hem. I don't want to know what pulls up on your page.
Okay, the first one's bad. Okay. The first one is not good.
That?
The first one's
That's a full piece
it's
romp
a full
hem?
piece
Oh
romp
my
hem.
gosh,
It's a
that's
romp hem.
horrible.
Oh, I would definitely wear this.
For a beach wedding?
Not for a wedding, just to wear.
Just wear
just
that.
to wear,
that's
just to wear.
That's it. He's like,
I mean, it's got a flamingo, it's got a margarita on it, and
you gotta show the camera.
Yeah.
That's pretty legit.
That's a romp hem.
Now, do keep in mind, gentlemen, when you have to go pee, you have to take it all the way off from the top.
You're naked. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, actually, no.
No,
And-
it
Not for
looks
us.
like
There's
it
an
looks
opening.
like they
Don't
got a
tell me
little
they give
zipper.
you a pee hole.
Yeah.
Of course.
That is so sexist.
Yeah, Maria always complains.
What are
She's
you
like, I
gonna
love-
do?
she's
We
like,
have to take the whole
from
thing
They're
off.
naked.
We could at
No, I
least get some
understand.
snaps or a zipper.
That's fair. All right. Anyway, we digress. We're getting off topic here.
He's gonna go viral on his rompum.
Jeez. All right. So speaking of going viral,
TikTok.
Jonathan, you, Mr. Pajak, you went mega viral.
Major.
Crazy,
Mega
huh?
viral on TikTok.
I
Pretty
couldn't
wild.
pull up
To-
my internet browser without seeing a
Yeah.
new article
So,
from a
yeah,
news
so you-
source.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just go
That
from the.
process was weird. I'll
Let's
tell you
just
about
go
that.
back to the beginning of it.
Yeah.
How did it get started?
What happened? You
So-
asked the groom
Yeah.
what he wanted to say to his bride
Yeah.
on their wedding day.
So that's like, I always tell people this when I'm telling the story about the TikTok. I never do that.
It never will again.
Never say.
So what prompted that? Were you guys
Okay.
were just standing there waiting? Were they doing a first look?
So that wedding had a lot of backstory. So it was at the wedding retreat in which is pretty deep, Tampa. Never shot there before in my life. I show up there and it was just me. It was solo. It was like one of my last wedding videography gigs where I was by myself because I never shoot video by myself because it's just too hard to do. And the photographers there were like staff photographers. So they came with the venue.
Okay.
The photos weren't bad, but it was
okay.
definitely a weird setup. Never experienced that before. I think it's whoever people just get assigned to photography. Like the cameras are owned by the venue and stuff like that.
Oh
But
wow.
you had met the couple prior
met
to
them.
and
With
had
video-
no conversations,
With
no
video,
nothing.
yeah, with video when I'm booked for videography, a lot of times I don't get to meet them. So I'll try to schedule a Zoom call or I'll tell them I'll tag along for the the engagement session, do a save the date video or something, but they don't always want that. So a lot of times I don't get to meet them, but I always stalk their Instagrams before to see what they look like,
Yeah.
obviously. So I know what they look like on the
Obviously.
wedding day. But so I get there and the photographer is honestly, the staff was the word rude is not, they weren't rude. They just didn't, there was no personality. Nobody talked to me. I legitimately think to other human beings on that wedding day, I said about 10 total words. Nobody was talking to me and there was no dialogue from the day. There was no first look. There was no letter reading. I didn't know there was personal vows because they checked no in the questionnaire.
Sure.
Which must have been an accident, obviously. So for some weird reason,
Or they changed their mind.
yeah, for some weird reason, when we were doing his photos with the groomsmen, after I was filming him, I was let me try to get some audio, which I never do. And I was what do you have to say to your future bride? And he was, said what he said, which I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know what rating this podcast is. Is this a PG rating? Or?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well,
You
he-
can
he
can
says-
bleep it out.
Yeah, he goes, I hope we have a lot of sex. And I'm behind the camera in my head I was laughing because it was funny to me, but I didn't know how to react. And then what the video doesn't show is after I clicked stop recording and I was packing up my stuff and he was are you gonna record the vows? And I was yeah, of course, I'm gonna mic you up and everything. And he's well, you're in for a treat. And I was
no.
oh, this is gonna be interesting. And I was okay. So the ceremony goes on. I mic up the bride, mic up the groom, and I'm setting up my tripods again by myself. So I'm just constantly checking tripods. Not a creative shots when I'm by myself because I have to make sure all those other angles are in focus. And he starts his vows. He goes first, and I knew the mom was the officiant before all this happened. Mm-hmm. And I remember when he said the first line, about.
You're effed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah.
is
Or
what he
you're
said.
screwed.
And then I was okay, that's interesting. I'm checking my camera angles, and I was checking one camera, and he says the first raunchier part of the vows, the jokes. And I remember looking around again. Nobody was talking to me all day because it was just very weird wedding with that venue. And I remember looking around did he just say that?
Am I hearing
And now I'm hyper focused.
How many guests were there?
I would say probably 75, maybe
Okay.
85.
Nobody else had a reaction?
Everybody was laughing.
Okay.
Everybody was laughing.
Okay.
There was
Okay.
not a lot. There were some.
Nobody was
There were some gasps. But honestly, girls do that for everything.
we don't.
You open up the door.
do not.
True.
You open up the door too fast, and it almost hits you. You know what I mean? So it's girls gasp for everything.
It's so
You guys will be on Facebook and they'll be "What's wrong? What's wrong?" Oh, nothing. I just
Funny
reloaded
'cause
the page
I'm
back.
replaying all my gasps in my head now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
oh yeah, you
everybody
break too
was.
hard. I'm
Yeah, everybody was laughing for a majority, and then it like just kept going. It kept going, and it got. I was like, okay, that has to be the last one, because normally it's like one or two jokes,
one or two little things.
But like, yeah, he was, and there was a lot of good stuff too. And I think that when I came home, and I didn't post it for so long. That when I posted the TikTok was 2 days after I delivered the film, so it had been like 2+ months.
Oh wow, when was the wedding?
I don't remember the exact months, but it was probably somewhere in like, I don't know, maybe November, December.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so it had been a while, because I don't post content
because that went viral like in March, right?
Yeah. So it was late. It was like weeks after.
3 months later.
Yeah, 3 months later.
Oh no, or weeks after since
after
I
the
delivered.
Gotcha,
after it happened.
Because I don't want to like make a TikTok go viral and then like, oh, your film's not done yet. You know what I mean? Something like that.
That's fair.
But yeah, so
but you were sitting on a gold mine there.
I knew it had potential. I definitely knew it had potential, which is 100%. I always say this. Why I put my face in it was because I was like, okay, this one's got potential. So that day I had posted a different TikTok, and it was just like really cute vows from like a younger couple, and it was getting traction, and it had like 100,000 views, which was my most at the time. And I remember when I was like reading up on like the TikTok algorithm, like how to like, you know,
he goes
get more
hard.
views. Yeah, I did want to know, like, because I knew that one had potential, so I was like looking up like when's the best time to post and stuff. Well, I remember reading somewhere it was like when you have another video that's going or doing good traction, that's your best time to post. Like dump content, because if you watch that video in full, you watch something on my page, and now TikTok's just going to show you another one of my videos. So I'd rather it be something new that is like good than like an older video. So I was literally walking to the gym, opened up the app, saw that like really cute vows video had 100K, and at the time before that, I think my most was like 10,000 or something. And I was like, I literally walked back to my house. And I was like, Maria, give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna like send this video to my phone and like I'll post it.
And you'd already
on the
like
way.
put it together and designed it.
Already put it together, but I like didn't know when I was gonna post it.
Ready to drop it when.
Because I'm gonna be frank, I was battling posting it or not, because I didn't want to like. I didn't want I didn't know like I didn't want to like upset the couple with like posting it or something like that, even though like it's my footage and I have like copyright usage. But I also like I didn't want to like attract a clientele that like, you know, is all about jokes on the wedding day and stuff like that, or like even gets worse than that, you know,
or be called bad names.
But so I was walking to the gym, clicked post on it because I had already filmed it and everything earlier in the day, and then I get on the treadmill to like warm up for the gym. I'm like 10 minutes in, I reload it, 10 minutes, it's at 150K.
Within like, 10 minutes?
Within like 35 minutes or something, because it's like a 10-minute walk to the gym. I just walked to the gym sometimes, so the weather's nice. And I was like, no way. Like, I couldn't believe it. And the other one, because, again, they posted it in conjunction in the same day, had jumped to like 200-something K. I wake up the next morning.
He's walking really fast on the treadmill.
Oh my gosh,
now.
I couldn't believe it. I was like blowing up. And at this time, when it was like at 100K, nobody was really commenting yet. It was just like likes and views. But like I would respond to every comment, and I was doing it consistently. I ended up walking on the treadmill for like an hour because I was just like, might as well respond to comments when walking on the treadmill. But literally, like the next morning, I woke up, it was at 1 million, and then like I saw the bride commented on it and the groom commented on it.
What did they say?
She was like laughing at it and stuff because like they know each other, like they've been together for like 10 years, you know. And then I was like, okay, you know, again, same principle of like one's blowing up, let me post more. I was like, okay, let me post his full vows because I feel like I edited it.
Well, because the comments that you were getting, were like chauvinistic.
I would say they were 75% negative to start, 100%. Like 75% of the people were like, that's disgusting, whatever. And
red flag.
And there was 25% that were like, oh my gosh, like they know each other. She's obviously laughing and like stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw it, I was like, oh,
Did I send it to you or you saw it first?
No, I just saw it.
Yeah.
And
on TikTok, you go on TikTok. Oh yeah, you post on TikTok. Yeah.
I didn't see it on TikTok. I literally, and I still have the picture from March 28th. I pull up my email or whatever, like my Microsoft.
On the homepage, dude. Oh my god.
It's literally on
that was on there too.
Homepage, not just on there, and that was from Daily Mail.
That was I want to say that was probably like a week later.
Yeah. So around 5 or 6 days out, at that point it was somewhere near like the 10 or 15 million. I did get hit up I've gotten hit up so many times. I get emails weekly. Yeah, weekly.
And then finance.yahoo.com put it out. Like every other day I was seeing it pop up on a new page. It was like, because I clicked on it probably because it was like all going to send me all, but so many people picked it up.
Yeah, it was crazy. And like, so they reached out, like the company's called Collab, and basically they are like a media distributor to all of these bigger companies.
Oh, okay.
So they were like, hey, we liked the video. Like it's getting a lot of views. reviews. Like, can we send it to these other distributors to like make articles about? And I remember I prefaced in it when I was like, yeah, you can, just like make sure you tag me and stuff like that. But I literally said like, I'm not trying to like don't bash this couple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I said.
Yeah.
It wasn't in like terms and agreements, but I was like, I would prefer not to bash them in headlines and stuff. And of course they did. You know what I mean? So it's like
the topic
the way they
literally said vulgar groom is slammed over his disgusting vows.
Yeah.
And that's what they ran with.
Yeah.
And it's a picture of her covering her face and him, you know. But that's not how it really was.
She was laughing
the
entire time.
Yeah, like she's literally laughing.
Yeah.
Like
and I posted his full vows
and
after.
And
then he posted hers too.
And
hers.
Sweet.
And they were both, and he has said a lot of nice things.
He did.
A lot of sweet things. And she said a lot of sweet things. And then I posted like just footage of their couple session.
Yeah.
Which also got a lot of views
and
too.
Didn't they end up going, didn't they like interview with news?
Did they? I don't know.
She was on TikTok. She made her own TikTok.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Hers got 1 million as well.
Yeah, she made her own responses too, and basically told everybody to F off.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, again,
like, you know your partner.
It's their wedding.
It's their wedding, and that's who they are as a couple. They are.
She knew it was coming. I mean, everybody did. Like then it made sense to me because there were signs.
If I was there, I'd be like, I like this couple already.
Yeah.
Like they're cool.
And
they're
had
chill.
they not done that, people have been like, I
know if he was just, I could totally tell because like even the mom was like I remember like when she came up to like say hi to him in the groom suite, she said like, you better behave today, and like tapped him on the arm.
Oh,
you know, so like there was like it all came together to me.
Like she's like tatted up and has like purple hair.
Right?
And
yeah, it's just their vibe, their
and
style.
It was a Harry Potter themed wedding.
Oh my god!
Oh, I think the part that bothered me is that people were calling you misogynistic.
They were calling
that
you.
They were beating you up. I'm like, he didn't say the words.
I think eventually they were like, everybody was already saying the same comments about like. So
like, let's attack the videographer now.
What about the guy that posted it?
He's a dick.
He lives in Florida. What a douche.
Florida man.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I'm just like here.
He's
I'm just
like,
posting.
I'm
like messenger.
Like I'm just posting content. Like
I'm just trying.
And so you went from all right, but now you have like how many followers do you have on
so
TikTok?
It was funny because my brother-in-law actually asked me when the first one was going, like starting to pop off, the cute one with the younger couple. He's like, now that one has 200K, like, did you get a lot of followers? I got like 40 followers from that.
How many did you have before?
510.
510.
Yeah.
And now you're at
like 110,000. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Wait, 510 people
to 110,000.
To 110,000. Yeah.
But you have to understand, like that video and that.
Make
quantity,
sure he TikToks how well you do his wedding.
Yes, please. I have 200. I barely have 250. 250.
I got like none.
It doesn't work
I'm not
like that though, because like go look at my other videos I posted.
Save a really good one and then post it, so then you can save a video of him.
And the 100K followers doesn't translate to views because honestly, I mean, the stats show majority of people live on the For You page. Not many people, I don't know about you, but when you're scrolling on TikTok for fun, like you go to your friends, like you go to the people you follow, majority of people live on the For You page. So it's not like the followers translates to views. You know, so for Instagram, for sure.
Yeah.
Because Instagram pushes the people that you follow.
And I feel like you've done a lot of research. So would you say, like, what's the one good thing that has come from being social media and TikTok famous? And what's the one thing you're like, I would change
Well, actually,
this?
I mean, I wouldn't say that you became TikTok famous.
I mean,
the couple became TikTok famous.
But like, but you've always been really. She got a what?
She got a brand deal, yeah. Because I was getting. You're gonna love it. I was getting emails, and people were like, "Can you get me in touch with them? They want to like." And I would, before giving their information, I would text her and I would say, "Hey, so and so X company wants to get in touch with you for an interview or something. Do you want me to give you the information?" They would say yes. So I was like a liaison for like a solid 2 weeks, and I still get emails like one a week now. But she got a brand deal from a sex toy company.
That's amazing.
She did a video, and I can't remember. It was like just like a link in a bio and type thing for her TikTok. And I don't remember how much she got paid. I didn't ask any of that. I was just liaisoning their information because I didn't want.
Did you get a cut?
She should have got a buyout from either.
My cut was the followers. I didn't care for any.
She should have got a brand deal from either Toast or Strudel.
Stop.
Oh my gosh! No, he should have gotten the brand deal for Toast or
I don't
Strudel.
think Toast or Strudel wants that as the analogy.
Well, if you look at the fruit roll-ups now,
That's
we're not going to get into why.
Yeah,
but if you're on TikTok,
they're really good. There's some brands.
I never thought of it that way though. I was like,
I had to Google. I had to Urban Dictionary what that meant. Because I didn't know
you couldn't do it from the visual?
Bro, well, there was no visual.
No, the visual of what a Pop-Tart looks like and what toaster strudel.
I had no clue.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
He's young. It's okay.
This is a wedding podcast, people.
Yeah, right. When I was editing the TikTok, I tried to include all the jokes into it, and obviously, like, I cut out all the good stuff. So that's probably why I got a lot of hate, was because it was like that video that blew up that has the most views out of all of them was all the jokes.
You're promoting all this, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, okay, I gotta post the full so that people don't think I'm just like this horrible person. I was just doing it because I knew it had a chance. I knew it had a chance to get some views.
And now look at you.
But like, and then 2 weeks later, it randomly starts getting tracked because I posted it the same exact day on Instagram, and it got like 500 views. So nothing.
Oh, so
at all.
Instagram, you said a couple weeks later, finally started.
Yeah, like now that one's like, and that's honestly what I care about more, because TikTok, that was the same week it went viral was when TikTok was supposed to get banned.
Oh yeah, that's
so
right.
So it was like, I was like, my luck that one video does good out of my 100 videos.
Like,
your 15 minutes
TikTok
of fame.
Yeah, and then it gets banned. But yeah, now it has like 5 million on Instagram, which is a lot for Reels. Nothing close to the 30 mil on
would
TikTok,
you say that being TikTok and Instagram and really diving into that has changed, like, how your business model works a little bit? Like, it's gotten you more traction, more business, and that kind of thing?
Like, at least, I think I've booked 5 weddings that people reference seeing that video, which obviously is small.
Local or you travel?
4 of them are out of state. 4 of them are out of state.
4 of the 5?
Yeah, Texas, New Jersey, New York.
Be ready for that party before before dinner.
Yeah, and some of them
in New Jersey.
And that was honestly, so I was battling again about posting it, but then I sat back and I think, the lighting was amazing. the colors were great. The audio was crisp because I might.
From a business standpoint, this is high quality H2O.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? I'm posting it. I was like, everything from how I captured it was correct. So I was like, I'm not gonna like knock the content in it, and it was unique. So that's the biggest thing, is like people asking me like a few, not people, like a lot of people, like a few people ask me like, how did you know? And I was like, I had no clue, but there's
you just have a feeling.
There's no repeatability factor from this. I can't control what people have asked, but I can ask them every single time now, what do you want to say to your future bride? And maybe they'll say something funny, and I guess that's the only repeatability factor in it.
Or maybe they'll say something really adorable and cute.
Exactly.
And then you post that, and they're like, oh, that was all the feels.
Bro, the wedding TikTok, like that hashtag, if you looked it up, like that video is the #1 for every hashtag I put in the video.
What was the hashtag?
Like a bunch. Groom's vows, bride's vows, wedding, TikTok, like whatever hashtags they use. It is the #1, obviously, because it's got like 30 million views now. But
that's
like
insane. People
messaged me like, and there was videos other videographers were posting, and it was like I know all you guys saw the other vows on TikTok today, but here's how vows are actually supposed to be.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Somebody has small man complex
on my TikTok that are nice and beautiful. Like, it's just like,
they were jelly.
A unique one.
They were jelly because they weren't a part of that wedding day.
Yeah, but definitely it's.
But I feel like you've done a really, like, even from day one, I feel like you've really done a great job of being a good student and learning like what works, what on social media to do, and how not to do it, and how to use those as a social impact for your business. And so I think we could all learn a little bit from Mr.
and
Jonathan.
honestly, like now, like with social media too, now that you can just like buy the check mark and stuff like that, it's like
I ain't buying no daggone check mark.
I know, and I ain't doing it either, because it's like now everybody has it. Sometimes, like I would look at my story and
it's
I'm like,
cooler not to have it.
Yeah, somebody's got a blue check mark, and it's like you're a high school friend with like 30 followers. It's like, okay, which is whatever. But like I feel like a lot of times, like, I don't know, I like TikTok so much because you don't have to overcomplicate it. Like, there's so many people that are just recording videos like this, posting it, and that's it. Where it's like Instagram, we feel like we have to be super professional. Everything has to be like super nice. Your feed looks beautiful. It's like on TikTok, I could make a TikTok of us here with my iPhone, and it'll go viral. You know what I mean? Let's do it.
Throw it on there.
I guarantee if I made one right now, like, there's no hook unless, like, there has to be something interesting. Like, say something crazy.
We are interesting.
Did you not hear how we didn't record for the first 10 minutes?
Start the TikTok with, like, one time at a wedding, there was a groom that was wearing no pants. Hear the story. And then it's like just a
So you try to clickbait.
Exactly. That's all TikTok is, really, honestly.
That's true.
A little bit.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
so
man.
I guess getting back to why you're here, you do photo and film. He does an excellent job. He's fun to work with. He's really
amazing to work with.
So much fun, easy.
And you also have a podcast too.
Yeah. It's photo related, video related. But yeah, so if anybody's a photographer, videographer.
What's it called?
Lens Culture Podcast. Just
okay.
my name, but yeah.
So Check them out. How do they find you besides TikTok?
Yeah, I mean, Lens Culture, photo film on everything except TikTok. I did get Lens Culture on that one because there's an actual Lens Culture company.
Oh.
That's got like 10 million on Instagram. So I snagged that TikTok before they did.
Nice.
Nice.
Maybe I'll try to sell it to him.
He's so excited.
Nice.
Well, and congratulations on your upcoming wedding and all of your success. I feel like he's like a younger brother because we've watched him grow from like,
especially you, because
when
I first started my business was when I first got on the pink list when you were running mixing, and
he's like all grown up now.
I think I was charging like $500 back then or something. I don't know.
Probably. I was like, oh, this guy, he's great, and his photos are inexpensive.
What is your price range? Like just like for photo and video, just like a price range, and like starting.
Different topic, but I feel like videographers are underpaid. I'm just gonna say that, but
absolutely,
we're all underpaid. Trust me.
True.
Except for floral department.
Yeah,
they're taking it all.
But they're probably saying that too. But
and rental companies, they are not underpaid.
$3K for photo and video, so they all start at $3K.
Okay,
that's great.
Cool. Yeah.
How and is that one shooter or two?
For video, two, because I just need two. But for photos, I can do solo. I mean, it's not as.
And if it's a combo of both photo and video, you don't do combo.
No. So it's they pick one or the other, and then you're booked for that day.
Yeah. For me, I want to keep the videos on brand. So when I did try that out, but I would hire other videographers so they wouldn't film exactly how I would with the same lenses and stuff. So for me to keep the videos on brand, where if I were to film it, I'd have to train somebody, and I don't want to do that right now.
I love how solid you make sure everything is. Like, you know exactly what you're going to get every time with you, and you work really hard to make sure it's the same product. And a lot of people don't take that much passion and, due diligence in their work. They would absolutely farm that out. So you're doing it big, kid.
Yeah, I like to keep it single. But thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, what's website?
Lensculture, photofilm.com.
Lensculturefotofilm.com. Yeah. Instagram.
Same thing. Lens photo film for everything except TikTok. I just got Lens Culture.
Nice. All right, cool. Awesome.
And you will be seeing a TikTok from Tim at the wedding.
Yes.
You know what we should do at the wedding? I want to do your intro with you.
Yes.
I want to be up there on the mic with
you. I don't know. I'm going to be introducing you.
It's okay. I'll stay with you.
Why don't we just record it?
Why don't you introduce Tim and then
we can record it, and I can put it into a soundbite, put it on my, and then
we could. You can.
I love it.
And then you can introduce everybody.
That would be hilarious, actually. Tim's just trying to make his job easier.
Hell yeah! Are you kidding me?
We're trying to party.
I'm just gonna be sitting. They call us button pushers. I will push a button, just let everything else happen.
Oh, don't say that. 'Cause they say that to us. Your camera takes really good photos. It's like.
Yep, sure does.
Yeah, when you're
the camera also gets all the amazing angles.
Yeah, you are not a button.
It's all about
by
the
any
angles.
means. Like I can't tell you. I feel like the popularity and understanding that DJs play such a crucial role in the vibe of the rehearsal is like getting so like way more attention.
Oh, in the reception?
Yeah, because I feel like I've had a lot of people that have gone to weddings and been like, God, the DJ sucked. You know what I mean? And that's like, I'm like, yeah, I mean, it kills the vibe, especially if like MC wise, they don't know how to MC, but they play good music. So it's like,
how about if they announce the name of every song?
Oh my gosh.
That has happened
You guys
way too many times that I can count.
Oh my
You don't need to tell us who sings it in the name of the song.
Oh gosh.
So bad.
Well, that's going to do it for us.
Great.
It's been amazing.
This was fun, guys.
Jonathan Pajak.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure having you on our TikTok, on our podcast. Thank you for driving down.
Of course.
We love working with you, man.
Yes.
Excited for your wedding, December 2nd. Brandy will be my plus one.
That's right.
my assistant for the day.
Just feed me.
But again, this is the end of the Scoop Weddings Unveiled podcast number 21. 21. Tim Schaus, your premier wedding DJ, TLS Entertainment, and Brandy Harlan, the beautiful non-retired wedding planner.
Peace and chicken grease.
Adios.
Love it. That was fun, guys.